Doctor Who reviews. Don't ask what's going on. I've been drafted. I just been pulled out of bed and was told, you need to come in here. Rain's not here today. Yes, sadly, our your usual host is not here for this lovely little podcast, but we do happen to have something cobbled together for you that we hope you can come and enjoy as we talk about colony in space. Well, I am not alone here on this podcast. Well, here to my virtual left, he watched the entire he watched the entire episode and did not realize that this episode predicted two different strikes in the future. It's Mr. Freezing Inferno.
I predicted, yes. Reacted to, no. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm here. Mike is here, and we're going to talk about the colony in space. But first, some very important news happens. Big, earth-shattering news happening in the Doctor Who community, gang. You won't fucking believe this, guys. It happened. We got a Thasman kiss in a Big Finish 13 audio! We did it! We did it! The Thasies can die happy! The Thasies can die happy! They've been burning the torch for fucking 6-7 years. I don't know how long they've been burning that torch, but they've been doing it. This is the most important thing that's happened in the universe. Yay! Oh yeah, and also they found some Dalek's Master Plan or something. I don't know.
Okay. I know that's the joke. I know this is a joke. But the fact that we found, like, the episode which was stated to never, like... People don't understand how amazing this is. Dalek Master Plan is literally the one episode which people said, oh, it's gone. It's gone. What we have a master plan is all we're ever going to find a master plan. It's gone.
Yeah.
Because you had this, because in that you had multiple episodes where people just don't know what happened to, like, people, like, you even had BBC people going, he's gone. Because in here you had the first Christmas special. Originally, I thought that's what they found from how they described it in the news article.
You don't understand, guys. You don't understand. Every moment in the chat, whatever missing episode speculation comes up, Mike is here. The Feast of Stephen! And I'm like, no! Because they never sold it abroad, and the Feast of Stephen is the only one they never specifically made copies of to sell abroad. It's gone for good. There's no way. And yet, here we fucking are.
No, they said that for Dalek Master Plan as a whole, and look.
Yeah, I mean, Dalek's Master Plan is wildly interesting in the finds, because I believe, I don't know which episode it was. It might have been one of the ones they found in the 80s, or episode 2, which they found in 2004. But one of them was found in, like, the basement of a Mormon church. And it's just, like, the most bizarre thing. So, this is a find from that Film is Fabulous group, which has been documenting private film collectors' collections to see if there's any missing material. And some fella who didn't even watch these and was just really into, like, trains had 2 episodes of Dalek's Master Plan sitting on a shelf for 50, 60 years. Well,
now there is a rumor, and I don't know, but there is a rumor that they found more than just the 2, but they are trying to keep it under wraps for the moment. They released the 2 that they know of, and there is rumor that they found more.
Goddamn drip feed marketing for lost Doctor Who episodes. What, are they taking a page from Nintendo? Nintendo, who put out the Virtual Boy Switch Online thing. Virtual Boy, a system which has 20 games, and they're goddamn drip feeding the games. Oh, here you go. You get 2 this month. Maybe in another month, you get to play golf.
Could you imagine if they find all of Dalek Master Plan? If that's what they're doing.
That seems a little unrealistic. But, I mean, again, when you find these episodes, it's like the sky feels like the limit. Like, I remember, this is the first missing episode found since 2013, when we found we completed Enemy of the World and almost completed Web of Fear. That just felt so absolutely incredible, unrealistic. I mean, sure, it's been a long time since we found them, and the method that they found those episodes in, which is going to, like, African TV stations, which still had them in their vaults. You're probably not going to find another episode like that again. This is the way that you're going to find lost episodes from now on, if we ever find any more, is in the hands of private film collectors. Hey, film is fabulous. Ian Levine's vault could be quite interesting for legal reasons. This is a joke.
You do know, like, for people who don't understand that particular joke, it is stated, or one of the jokes stated, that in the early 2000s, when Ian Levine was doing his own animations of certain Doctor Who episodes, like the Reign of Terror and the Moon Base, he apparently bought a collection, and in that collection, jokingly, is the entire episode of Marco Polo. Now, so that he apparently is holding Marco Polo, so that if in fandom people are like, oh, we hate Ian Levine, he can be like, I am now the Messiah because look what I have.
Oh, really? Hey, Ian Levine, I don't like you very much. What are you gonna do about it? Oh no, missing Doctor Who. Oh. But also, speaking of Ian Levine animation, I do recall seeing a comment he made, like, it was posted in another Doctor Who thing, where apparently Ian Levine's thing lately has been reconstructions of missing episodes are nothing new. Even the animations, nothing new. Ian Levine has gone a step further. He's making his own with AI. So, thanks to Film is Fabulous for undermining his work. We've got the episodes. We don't need your slop, Levine!
I've seen his AI reconstruction bits with the first Doctor, and no.
God, but seeing the clip of William Hartnell in that Master Plan episode, it's like, oh my God, it just strikes you. This footage has not been seen by the general public in 60 years, and here it is. He's right there. It's the same joy I felt when I first watched Enemy of the World as a reconstruction, and when it came out and watching it and seeing that story move was like, holy fucking shit. So it's really quite incredible. This.
Yeah, like it is basically one of, if not the, this is the big one. This is your Moby. This is your big great white whale. Is the Dalek Master Plan.
All missing episode finds would be a treasure. But honestly, I think a lot of the fandom would be whelmed if they were like, Film is Fabulous, breaking news. We've discovered in the hands of a private film collector the Space Pirates episode 4. You know, it'd be like, yeah, that's good, I guess. Or, you know, if it was one of the historicals. But yeah, Dalek's Master Plan, the only missing episodes I can think of that are more desired would be like 10th Planet 4 and anything Power of the Daleks.
Well, no, Power of the Daleks, I don't know. Like, 10th Planet 4 would be the Holy Grail.
Yeah, because
I mean, that would be all,
yeah.
that would be all regenerations now are under house, under protection.
Well, we at least have the clip of the regeneration. We at least have that much. Can you imagine if we didn't have the regeneration? That'd be fucked up. But yeah, it's really exciting.
Here, Mr. Ian Levine, we will trade you the unaired pilot of An Earthly Child for all of your Marco Polo TV. For all of your Marco Polo.
Oh my God. Marco Polo.
Look, we get that episode. All of season 1 is done.
Yeah, if you can put it on Blu-ray, thanks, Steph Colburn. But it's really exciting. The missing episodes are going to be on the iPlayer. I have no earthly idea how the hell you're going to be able to watch them over on this side of the pond. But I really want them on a physical media. So I really hope that the animation team steps up and does a Dalek's Master Plan animation. You know, split into 2 if you have to. Just do whatever you got to do, just so I can have the existing episodes on Blu-ray.
I mean, hell, they had to split the novelization of Dalek Master Plan into 2 books.
Either they do a massive thing or they do split it into twos and they animate the first 6 and then they animate the last 6. They, although given how the animation often embellishes, they probably they might cut out the Feast of Stephen. If they go like that. I know, Mike, no. I know. I'm not saying that's a good decision. I'm saying that's the decision that they might make. Just because A, it's kind of technically non-canon, and B, you can kind of just, it doesn't affect the overall plot of Dalek's Master Plan, and it would save them a bunch of work.
I know, but you can't not have the Doctor appear at the screen and go, "Merry Christmas to all the children."
Yeah, put the reconstruction on the disc. I don't know, but yeah. Anything else to say about the missing episode finds, Mac?
No, really. I know we've talked a lot about the Dalek Master Plan, but yeah, this is the Great White Whale. This is and the more that they find, the more we eventually. The one episode I want them to find. Okay, the 2. Besides Feast of Stephen, I want them to find Katerina.
Oh God. Well, we have most of that clip. Ugh. Give me Master Plan episode 12, where the Dalek, where they activate the time destructor and it activates the beach that makes you old. That shit must be fucking harrowing. That or the volcano episode with the meddling monk.
Oh my God, there's Dalek Master Plan is one gigantic.
It's a chunker.
It's
a chunker. Epic. It is. Yeah. But
it is an epic.
We almost have half of it now. Isn't that?
Yeah.
Imagine telling that.
And you talk about, and people talk about writers got to eat on that episode. That's the one episode where writers got to eat does not account. Like, it doesn't work because it's so chock full of everything.
I mean, yeah, it's 12 episodes. They cram a lot into that shit. But yeah. So, very, very exciting news for classic Doctor Who. Hopefully Film is Fabulous can find more missing treasures. Not just from Doctor Who, but from other shows. But, so, Colony in Space. According to the Google Docky, I'm supposed to talk about the background of Colony in Space. Colony in Space is a Season 8 episode featuring John Pertwee. It is the penultimate story of Season 8, following up from Terror of the Autons, Mind of Evil. What the fuck is the third one? Claws of Axos. Yes.
Yeah, Claws of... I got... actually have the list here. So you have Terror of the Autons, Mind of Evil, Claws of Axos, Colony in Space, and the Demons. And Colony in Space is when the budget started running out.
Did they spend it all on those Axos? Actually, yeah. Yeah, we've only... Wait, have we done Terror of the Autons on this show? I don't know if we've done Terror of the Autons.
Terror of the Autons... No, so you've done... You haven't even done Mind of Evil.
No, we haven't done Mind of Evil is... Mind of Evil's messy. It's got a great concept that it pitches away 2 episodes in to become prison capture and escape.
Well, no, it doesn't even do that. Well, yeah, it does that, but it also kind of keeps the mind with it. I love the idea of the Mind of Evil, which is basically
the idea is great.
All evil
just becomes Prison Break.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this was written by Malcolm Hulk, a wonderful writer who also wrote Doctor Who and the Silurians, and took a stab at writing the Sea Boys and the Invasion of the Dinosaurs, and also co-wrote the War Games. So he's a very prolific writer.
Fresno, you want to know what's hilarious?
That's hilarious.
The day before I watched Invasion of the Dinosaurs again. Episode 1 of Invasion of the Dinosaurs, they don't even give you the full title in the title.
Oh yeah,
credits.
No, that's a cute trick. Yeah, they just call it Invasion, and it's like, oh, I wonder what the invasion is. And then you get 25 minutes in, and there's a giant, and there's a fucking T-Rex as your cliffhanger. It rules.
I know. It's just, and then it's
the rest
black
of the story,
and white for some reason. Oh
maybe,
god.
Maybe one day we'll rehabilitate it, Who-mobile and all.
Oh god, the Who-mobile.
Anyway,
I love the Who-mobile.
Anyway, we have some notes. We're going to do our usual thing of waltzing along with the plot, as you do. It's the house style of Dr. Reviews. You're used to it by now. So, I'm of two minds of how this opens. On the one hand, you've got the Time Lords know this great secret, and they're going to send the Doctor. On the other, they just tell you 5 seconds in, the Master's up to his old tricks again. Which I know every story in the season is the Master's up to his old tricks again, but they had a chance to do a really, really great thing, and they kind of get away with it because it's 3 weeks of real time before he shows up in the story, where all this shit is happening. There's problems upon problems upon problems. And on top of all of that, it's like, oh shit, the Master's here too? Oh no!
Well, the thing is that I kind of... Honestly, this episode is chock... we were just talking about how much chock full is in the Dalek Master Plan. This episode is chock full of, multiple different things. And it's like, by the end, they're like, oh god, how do we tie this all together?
Yeah, but there's the planet Uxarius, I want to say. If I could, where did I put that wiki? We're gonna make sure about this. We're gonna look it up live. What the fuck?
We're looking it up live by watching it on TARDIS Wiki, because apparently TARDIS Wiki is the necessary.
Yeah, Uxarius. That's the name of the thing. Yes. I know Rain has that open on that. He likes to pepper in all these little behind the scenes factoids. I don't see many ones that really stand out to me. Rain, if you want to put some in post, feel free when we get to the parts.
Yeah.
Go on, Mr. Editor.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Editor. If you would like to put in behind the scenes information, write them out on the screen. It would actually be very helpful because
or Wolfjaw.
This current episode, because this episode really does feel like they were running out of budget because Demons.
Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who had a budget.
Well, look at the Demons. The Demons literally all they had was like, oh no, they're attacking a church.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, you want to talk about budget? When the Doctor goes into the TARDIS, the round things. Okay, they might have got away with this on a '70s tube TV back in the day, but you can clearly tell. In their defense, it's been a while since we've seen the TARDIS interior. God, not since
This is the first time. This is the first time. Well. Because the Claws of Axos had the TARDIS interior.
Okay.
The Claws of Axos had the TARDIS interior, but they used the second Doctor's walls. They had one of the walls, and it just shoved it in there, and they were like, "Okay, we can use it."
We're still in
transition.
transition.
This is the first time where they had. Yeah, so this is the first time they've actually tried to make a new interior since the War Games.
It's just wallpaper. They
didn't know what the hell they were doing.
It's just a wallpaper of the round things. Yeah, this is a cute intro.
At least the Time Monster had bowls.
The bowls! The Time Monster! But, yeah, Doctor Who has finished his dematerialization circuit. He can finally escape his exile from planet Earth. And the Brigadier's looking for the Master. And they hop in the TARDIS. He plugs the thing in, but before he pushes any buttons, the Time Lords send them to the planet Uxarius. And, what the fuck? Clearly, somebody behind the production here, it had been a while since the Doctor had actually traveled in time and space. They seem to have forgotten the small little detail that when the TARDIS goes whoop, 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 it fades out. It doesn't just go and instantly vanish. Oops! I hope someone gets fired for that blunder.
Yeah.
For legal
it's
reasons,
like what happens. Yes, it is like what happens when you touch your future self out of nowhere. It's like when you touch your future self out of nowhere.
Phrasing, Michael.
Look. If people don't know, that's what's called a reference to Fresno's LP of Super Back to the Future Part 2.
Oh Jesus Christ, we've gone. You realize that thing's 17 years old. That thing is almost old enough to graduate from high school, and you're still. Anyway. Yeah.
Look. I've only been out of bed for 2 hours. You're gonna get me slightly loopy, okay?
I've dealt with this sort of thing before. I really like the speech from the Doctor when they land on the planet and Joe's like, "Oh no, I want to go home," And the doctor's like, no, don't you see? This is why I travel, Joe, to see strange new worlds. To I forget the rest of the Star Trek pitch, but clever reference.
Yeah, it's like I see strange new worlds, and unlike some travelers of the fourth dimension, I don't want to have relations with all of the alien women inhabitants therein.
No. Captain Kirk wasn't like that. That's a misnomer. But yes, and of course, you may be onto something with the budget, because our first lush, mysterious alien world we're visiting since the War Games is a goddamn quarry.
Ah, the quarry in Cardiff. Well, no, not Cardiff.
So our setup is that this is the colony in space. There are colonists on the planet from the future Earth of the year 2471 who left to strike up their own fortunes after the fact that Earth is apparently a real shithole. A totalitarian state where everyone's shoved into, like, basically closets, super skyscrapers that can hold 500 million people. The doctor calls it living like battery hens later.
Yeah, it turns out that living in Earth in 500 years in the future, it turns out System Shock was. It turns out to them they're living in the world of System Shock.
Oh God, yeah, I actually have that on my playlist, but I haven't gotten to it yet because of things. But yeah, well, we'll soon find out. Things aren't that different from where they are now. The corporation's trying to silence everything and murder people in the name of profit. Oh, you can tell Malcolm Hulk wrote this. This is anti-capitalist as fuck.
Oh yeah, like this is. Now I had to actually ask Fresno and Rainiac when this episode took place, because in Britain, in two times during Doctor Who's classic run, 1974 and 1984, there were two miners' strikes that happened. I had to ask because this is literally what happens in this episode.
Well, it's not the miners that go off base; it's the colonists. But if you want a miners' strike out, if you want a miners' allegory, for Doctor Who, you go to the monster of Peladon, which is the same year as that first strike.
Yeah.
And for the 84 one, I don't know, Androzani, Vengeance on Varos.
We don't speak about the other one. The other one is, oh boy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So we get introduced to the miners and the colonists.
And the colonists are talking. Oh no! If a mining corporation comes here, we'll just appeal. Oh, but the laws and systems, they only serve to benefit the capitalist mining corporation and not the people. Oh my God! The system exists to benefit the system and not the people. Oh! It is at this point I should remind you that Malcolm Hulk was literally a card-carrying communist.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah. He became. It's true that he became disillusioned with the way the British Communist Party was running things, and that's a whole nuanced discussion. But card-carrying communists. So just keep that in mind as we deal with the things the corporation does in the name of profit.
Yeah. And then we get introduced with these weird green men who have now decided, I'm taking the TARDIS.
Oh, yeah, well, if they don't, the story would be over. Even though the Doctor would stay and help these people. So, it seems like a weird thing to keep him limited there. It's not like he would, leave, because these people are in need of help and the corporation's doing things. But, yeah, that's what happens. And, they also get captured by the colonists, but they explain themselves rather good. It's okay. It's just to get them to the thing. And the colonists aren't doing so hot. They've been here a year, and they can't grow any crops. The soil does not produce fertile ground. And they're in danger of starving to death. And their leader, Ash, is, he's an optimist. But also, he's been giving away the food to the native Xarians because they're, because he's being friendly to them.
Yeah, you would think that by a year has passed, they would go, let's just go. Like,
Well,
let's just
as
go
we
find
see,
another-
there's a very good reason why they don't just leave, as we see later in the story.
Yeah, as you see later in the story. But by a year has passed, they're like, no, we're going to continue trying to grow crops on this planet. When in reality, these people would be, after 6 months, these people would be like, yeah, so I'm kind of done. Let's go find another planet.
Well, like I said, they can't exactly blast off and try again. And Ash is determined, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And but things are going okay. Well, they're struggling. They're struggling to grow their crops, but they've got their food. They're hanging out. We've got giant lizard attacks. Oh, what?
Yeah. Some mutations are on this planet. Oh no.
Malcolm Hulk writing a story about giant fucking lizards? I'm pretty sure that every Pertwee story he wrote has has a lizard in it. Silurians.
I kind of wish he wrote.
Invasion of Dinosaurs.
Did he ever write any Tom Baker?
No, I don't think he wrote Tom Baker. Invasion was his last one, and then he died like a few years after that.
He died 1979.
Yeah, which is a shame. He's got ambition, and he's a leftist after my own heart. So, nothing but respect for Mr. Hulk. The Doctor thinks something is keeping the crops from growing on this planet. You should have been able to do it by now, but there's something going on that you should investigate. But yeah, but people. But yeah, a random couple living in one of the side domes gets attacked by a giant fucking lizard, and they're both killed. How horrible! But this is where the Doctor's logic comes in, because they're like, oh, there was a giant lizard. Look at the claw marks. I saw it. It was about 20 feet high. But wait a minute. If it was 20 feet high, how the hell did it get in through the door? And then we find a random traumatized man battling about, oh, the giant lizards, they destroyed all of my people, and I had to live in the wilderness eating roots. This is Norton. I fucking hate Norton.
You think these? Yeah, this episode. Yeah, I don't like half the people in this story.
I don't like the miners in this story. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I know half the people. Like I don't like the secondary leader of the colonists. I don't like the miners. I don't like.
Everything will be solved if we just get more guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Norton, interestingly, is played by Roy Skelton. Like, you know Roy Skelton?
Musician, right?
No. Roy Skelton, he's a prolific British voice actor. Most known, well, I don't know about most known, but in Doctor Who terms, most known, he did Dalek voices.
Oh.
We're all the way up to Remembrance of the Daleks. He did Dalek voices.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, wonderful! So they got a man who's literally a Dalek to help them.
Basically! Just, the giant lizards came and attacked. I'm not suspicious at all.
I'm not suspicious. We must leave. We must leave.
I'm jumping back and forth because, I'm not as good a note taker as Reniac, so you're going to have to forgive me if this isn't an exact play-by-play of everything that happens. But Doctor Who investigates. Yeah, Doctor Who investigates the creepy robot.
Yeah, so I just looked up what episodes of Doctor Who that Malcolm Hulk had written.
Oh fuck! I missed the faceless ones, didn't I?
No. Faceless ones, the War Games, Silurians, Ambassadors of Death, Colony in Space, Sea Devils, Frontier in Space, and Invasion of the Dinosaurs.
-5 points. Also, Frontier. I forgot Frontier in Space.
Every single one they have a lizard person in them. And
Yeah.
before you even say, oh wait, there's one missing, he did the novelization of the Green Death.
Oh
which
my
had
god! Well,
populated.
there's no lizards in the Green Death. It's giant maggots.
No, but they had bugs.
There's bugs. Yeah, well, that's not the same thing. So, episode 1 cliffhanger. Oh no, there's a scary robot about to menace Doctor Who as he does some tests on the claw marks in the dome. Cliffhanger resolution. Oh, don't worry. This is a friendly miner. His name's Caldwell, and he works for the Interplanetary Mining Corporation, the IMC. But another weird thing, Mike, I don't know, you watched the YouTube upload, which they're region blocked up in Canada, but I was watching it on my Blu-ray copy. For some reason, the opening titles to episodes 1 and 2 are blue tinted.
I'm gonna actually but yeah, that might be because of bad colorization.
It could be.
Again,
it could be.
Yeah,
I'm not, but it's weird.
Yeah,
it's
because
weird.
again,
sometimes Doctor Who is weird about that. The Pertwee episodes. I know we were talking about missing episodes. The Pertwee missing episodes are kind of fabulous because they're technically not missing, but oftentimes the only copies that existed were in black and white. So you had various recolorization attempts over the years, from trying to get the signal from a VHS tape of the Silurians, to computer recoloring, to for Mind of Evil episode 1, a team literally just did it by hand, frame by frame. They recolorized that, and they were tinted blue. Yeah,
they were blue tinted.
Weird. And speaking of Malcolm Hulke and his writing and colorization, I think this is why season 11 is the last Pertwee season, and one of the last seasons to come out on Blu-ray, because Invasion of the Dinosaurs episode 1 does not exist in color, and apparently colorizing that must be a major pain in the ass because it's taking so goddamn long.
Yeah, I honestly think they're not going to colorize it, and I say that
they'll colorize it. They will. Mike, they added a CGI Merca to Warriors of the Deep. You think they're not gonna colorize this shit? Come to think of it, they're probably gonna CG.
So you did see the. Oh, so you do own the last season of.
No, I don't. I don't. It only just came out in Region 2 in England. It takes a couple months for it to come out over here. But I will get it for completion's sake. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
I can't believe.
I'm telling you. CGI Merca will not improve that story. It's a piece of shit. But also, they're probably going to CGI Invasion of the Dinosaurs too. But also, holy shit, this is. I think we were talking sometime. I don't know when it was. I think it might have been last time a Power Crawl, but where the cliffhanger resolutions were like a minute and a half long to pad out time. By contrast, the part 2 cliffhanger resolution in Colony in Space is fast as shit.
Again, the story is packed full of stuff.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff to talk about. Yeah, anyway, the Doctor Who's invited to go visit the mining rocket. Oh, this won't lead to him being captured or anything suspicious like that. No. But, yeah, this Caldwell guy, he's an interesting character because he works for the IMC, which everyone else on IMC is a ruthless, money-grubbing, black-hearted, cold-blooded piece of shit who's like, murder is okay as long as we make money. But Caldwell has a little something we like to call a conscience.
Where he's like, we should make money, but we should also not,
kill people.
Hurt the colonists. We should not hurt people. We should just get them out of the way.
So when he realizes, shit, people died over this, he's very perturbed.
Yeah. And then you have the captain being like, we need more money.
We've got to have money. Thank you, Tony J. Meanwhile, Norton here is casting doubt on the Uxarian who's living with the colonists. He's like, they're evil. They'll kill you all. Which is all part of his evil scheme to be totally sus. This is just among us. You've let an imposter into your base, and now he's gonna hack you. We're going to see him in engineering before you fucking know it.
No, we're gonna see. No. We're gonna see him talk about the new book by Leila Faria McTeer before he gets vented out into space.
I can't believe he did that. I can't believe Rain did that. Yeah, it becomes clear at this part that Ash and Winton are going to have a dick measuring contest all fucking serial. I know what way is best. We need to try rationality and peace. No, we don't. We need to get a gun and shoot people. You gotta be a strong leader.
And this is why I do not like this man.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the IMC people more. Yeah. When we see the Captain Dent, they already know the planet was supposed to be colonized, but they don't fucking care. They've got a scheme. And it wasn't until like episode 3 that I realized what the fuck they're doing. These guys, Mike, these guys are Scooby-Doo villains. They fake a monster to scare the people away, so they can take all the money for themselves. They're Scooby-Doo villains.
But here's the thing: this planet's already, not producing food. You would think all they'd have to do is just.
Yeah, well, Ash is very determined.
Now go away.
Ash is very determined. And IMC is very determined to get all their fucking money. They're Scooby-Doo villains, except they're willing to murder. Which, I guess, might happen in, like, some grittier story.
So they're Scrappy-Doo from the first Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, yeah. So it's basically, that or that. But, yeah, the Doctor is on board. I like this detail that he's brought into this, like, this lounge where you can watch something on the entertainment console. He turns it on, and it's just war footage. It's just explosions and people throwing grenades and shit. And this is one factor they got from the TARDIS wiki. Apparently, this is actual footage of a civil war in Nigeria, which is fucking wild. But also the fact that this is IMC's entertainment, war and explosions and death, says a fucking lot. That's some neat. Efficient world building.
They watch Michael Bay movies on repeat to try and make sure to get to burn into their brains.
That's Mike. I don't know about Michael Bay. They watch fucking John Milius movies on repeat. They watch Red Dawn.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, yeah.
Christ. So we basically got the dynamic of IMC. Caldwell has a conscience. We should. I thought we were supposed to scare the colonists, not kill them. Oh, come on, you're being mean. But Dent and his other lackey Morgan, they're like, fuck them colonists. Money! This planet is rich in minerals. We're gonna make a fucking fortune. And all we gotta do is get these goddamn hippies off the planet by any means necessary. And so the captain goes to meet the Doctor, who's watching the thing about... He's watching the thing about Earth.
It's like this thing is like, they don't have food, you moron.
We know, Mike. They're determined, and we're on their side. We're not on the side of the corporation. So that's that. But yeah, the Doctor sees a thing on the show on the console about the super stacks, which, God help me, they're living in Ready Player One world. And I don't mean they're obsessed with nostalgia. I mean the thing in Ready Player One where everyone was living in a trailer park stacked 50 stories high. That's the world of Earth that Dent is working for here.
Yeah. This world that they live in is all they would need is they would be living in Second Life. Or their bodies are just like, we don't care about our physical bodies. We are just in here all the time.
And so this is one of the great scenes where the Doctor and Dent get to have a little talk about, the ethics of this, where, the thing with the colonists, even though it's living free versus being caged up. It's, out here they get to decide what they want. They don't have to deal with Earth. They don't have to deal with being told where to live, what to do, what to say, blah, blah, blah. And Dent is just like, there's lots of money here. I need to get it. And the Doctor doesn't agree. I love the dialogue that happens here. It's great. It's just like,
again,
yeah.
Again, card-carrying communists.
Card-carrying communists. Dent is just like, it's good for IMC, and what's good for IMC is good for Earth. Good for Earth or your corporation's profits. And so Dent immediately assumes the doctor's a government spy sent to catch us from doing wrong. He must be killed.
Oh my jeez.
And yeah, so his whole scheme is, we're gonna have Morgan take you back, but why don't you show him where the lizards attacked? Oh, we're scared about the lizards too. When you get to that fucking dwelling, have the doctor killed. And some more things. There's a don't forget we're in the John Pertwee era, so halfway back, there's a perfunctory fight with the Oxarians. Rain, hey, Editor Rain, give us that Star Trek cue. Yeah, that. Thank you. Anyway, meanwhile, the colonists are very smart, and they immediately give Norton a tour of the facility and telling him everything about how their power generator works. Is Jim your only electrical engineer? Why, yes, he is, but he's really good. Oh, so if something bad were to happen to Jim, we'd be in real trouble, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would. Oh, what a shame. I hope nothing bad. Kill! What a shock. Norton was evil all along, and he knocks out the Oxarian and kills the electrical engineer and does a sabotage. And this leads to a horrific joke. A horrifically aged joke. Where Ash's daughter, Mary, the lights flicker, and it's just like, oh no, the power's gone. Oh, don't worry, Jim will fix it. Which is a reference to fucking Jimmy Savile, and I do not have the time and space to go into why that is bad. So I'm sorry, Editor Rain, but I'm going to need you to put up bochiicebath.gif for me to just convey, with a picture's worth 1,000 words, convey that horror, and let's move all along.
Yeah, future Editor Rain, could you put up the title card from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia of Fresno and Mike suffer extreme emotional damage from Jimmy Savile joke.
Well, we do. We all do. Not just you and me. Everyone does. Everyone suffers intense emotional damage from that. So, Caldwell immediately catches on. You're not sending the doctor back at all, are you? You're going to have him killed. What? I don't know what you mean. I sent Morgan with him. Morgan's incredibly capable of taking him back. Don't worry about a thing. He's going to die. I'm going to get so much fucking money. And the logic that fucking Dent has here is like
episode 2.
Yeah, the logic Dent has here is so cold. Caldwell's like, you're killing people. People are dying because of you. On Earth, tens of thousands of people die every day. The implication being, so that means I get to kill whoever I want for money. And besides, Caldwell, you're in debt, so you need this payday. So play along. Don't worry, it's only the blood of a few innocents who cares, because money, something funny in a rich man's world.
Yeah, and it's like, tens of thousands of people die every day on Earth, and it's like, you're making the colonists' argument for them.
Tens of thousands, yeah, he's right. Tens of thousands of people die every day from accidents, not some greedy fuck murdering them. Well, okay, tens of thousands of people probably die every day from some greedy fuck murdering them, but yeah, you're trying to use the passive voice. It's not fucking working, Dent. Our episode 2 cliffhanger then is once again Doctor Who being accosted by the robot under Morgan's control with a remote, and it's like, hey, you're gonna die. And I love the little monster claws they put on the robot. Oh, it's great. And and again, card-carrying comments, Morgan's line, it's purely business, Doctor, nothing personal, as he holds him at gunpoint to be shredded up by the monster. And I love the cliffhanger resolution, because the Doctor gets to point out the one little flaw in their genius plan. Hey, dipshit, if you shoot me with a gun, it'll ruin your entire false flag narrative, now won't it? And also, height! So that's good.
Venusian Aikido needed only when the necessary. You know, once again, we realized that, man, the Doctor back then was a lot more proactive in stopping bad guys, breaking necks, Venusian Aikido,
Well, I mean, that's
throwing them
because you
into
got John
acid.
Perky Action Man as the star. So, the colony's kind of fucked. It can only last a few days on backup power. But, this is the time that IMC decides to land their spaceship right next to their dome. Because Dent's too dignified and lazy to go on a space buggy to go there. No, I hate walking. I'm too important. Money, money, money. And so they show up and they're like, oh, well, we've got a legitimate claim on the planet. You need to fuck off. No, we've got a legitimate claim on the planet. You need to fuck off. Oh, well, I guess we need an adjudicator. Which, again, is like, oh, no, the systems will probably rule, again, in favor of the corporation because everything's fucking corrupt. And this is when Doctor Who shows up just in time to j'accuse. Hi, Dent, I'm alive! Which probably puts a wrench in your fucking plans, doesn't it?
As you can tell, Fresno probably likes the idea of this episode being as anti-capitalist.
God, yeah. I mean, look, let me have this. Let me have this. The capitalist sucks so much in this.
I have not seen him as happy as this. Basically, the last time I saw him this happy was when he saw the bank run in Mary Poppins.
Oh God, that's a joy. That's a joy. But Norton is doing his bullshit. But Joe and Winton have a plan. You know, Joe Grant, she's a real go-getter. I love Joe Grant. I adore her. She's so good. She's lovely.
Man, her first story was bad, but she gets a lot better.
Oh yeah. Joe's great. Joe is great. I have no complaints about Joe. Maybe a little too imperiled in this from now to checks notes the end of the episode, the end of the serial. But yeah, so Joe and Winton are going to go spy on the IMC spaceship. Norton is in the background overhearing and immediately rats them out. Norton IMC, they're gonna come spy on you. You better go arrest them. So, good news, the Doctor fixed their power, and as soon as the adjudicator gets here, he's gonna tell them all about Dent's evil scheme. What? You have my friends captive, and you're blackmailing me to not say a thing in exchange for their safety, and you've handcuffed them to a fucking explosive to ensure my cooperation? Boy, you sure are a real outstanding moral guy, Dent. He straps him to a fucking bomb! This is like 60s Batman bullshit. Oh my God.
Oh no, Dent was Catwoman this entire time.
Wait, Dent! Oh shit! It was Two-Face! Oh no! His first name was Harvey!
Oh no!
I don't even know if Two-Face was in Batman 66, but I couldn't resist that reference. But
was he even created back in 1960?
Oh, I'm sure he was created back then. I mean, most of these villains were created in like the 40s. But this is why this is when we miss the expertise of one Sean Dillon. But
yeah, Sean Dillon would know. This is when we would need Sean, our third member of the Quantum Leap Reviews podcast, to come in and be like, yeah, you see, this is...
Yes, but luckily, the bomb has grease on it, and Joe is able to get free of the shackles, but they jostle the bomb, and that triggers the alarm, so the guard gets alerted. Winton gets away, but Joe is recaptured. And, oh God... There's this scene where they're talking about, find that guy, find that man, and I guess it's Morgan. I assume it's Morgan. It's like, should we bring him back alive? And the look he gives him is just like, bitch, do you even have to ask? I'm immoral. I kill for money. Murder him. Murder is good if it makes us money.
Money, all of the money.
Yes.
I want all of the money.
But not all of IMC is totally driven by money, as Winton is on the run from the guards, but Caldwell's a bro, and he fakes shooting the guy, and is like, I got him! And he helps Winton out. He mends his wounds with a first aid, space age kit thing. And, he has a conscience. He's still in the interest of IMC, and it's like, well, we need those fucking minerals. You shouldn't die for it, but we need it. So, I mean, look, Dent and IMC are going to get you off this planet, one way or another. You might as well leave on your own terms instead of him pulling some bullshit and killing you all. Because he will kill you all. Winton takes this information. And this is why Mike loves Winton so much as a character. Winton considers this information thoughtfully and decides on a rational course of action. Invade the ship! Take them prisoner! Eviscerate the proletariat!
You think? Oh my god! You think? Yeah, it's not like this is going to cause any future issues for their claim to this world. No, not at all.
It's not like you have a judge who's gonna come here in like 5 seconds to see if you have a legitimate claim on the planet and find that you've risen up and taken the other party fucking prisoner as vigilantes. Ash kind of has a point here. But the doctor does 2 things here after, he tries to tell him, dude, this is a terrible idea. No, I'm going to do it. Fuck IMC. It's like, 1, okay, if you're going to do it, I'm going to help you so you can do it fucking right. And 2, he tells Caldwell to be like, they're going to do this, but look, I just want to save Joe Grant, okay? And, Caldwell does the right thing. And Dent is really cool about it. You've just completed career suicide, Caldwell.
You would think that you would know what he just completed is you do realize that his insubordination would be on your record, Dent, because you're the one who's in charge of him.
No. Knowing Dent, he'd probably shoot him in the mass grave, and then he'd write in his report, oh no, Caldwell rose up against me, and he was a real meanie face, and he said that someone should make a mess of my pots and pans, so I had no choice but to shoot him in the face. Oh well, please transfer all his shares to my account. I will nobly take up the burden of redistributing that wealth. I swear. Money for me. But the adjudicator's coming. These guys are doing their thing. And the Doctor Who decides to help them, and also he's like, by the way, don't trust Norton. Please don't trust Norton. They proceed to trust Norton for at least another part. But Joe gets, Joe and the random IMC guard, they get attacked by the Uxarians. That guy gets killed, and she gets taken off to the primitive city. And their stealth check fucking fails. And alarms. So that's not great. But our cliffhanger is that Joe gets taken to the Uxarian city. Woo! How spooky. So part 4... Yeah, the Doctor is going to decide. Ash is like, oh, well, they kidnap people sometimes. We can trade him for food. Yeah, just trade Joe Grant for food like she's our thing.
Yeah, no, oh god.
The past was a mistake. So the Doctor is going off to have a little adventure in the Uxarian city, which I should note, I keep calling it the Uxarian city. Being, again, the past was a mistake. And coming back to that stuff we were talking about in Power of Kroll. They don't call them Uxarians. They always call them either primitives or savages, which don't like that.
This was a mistake.
And I mean, the whole thing of this being it's a colony on a planet with primitive people on it. I said primitive. A colony with indigenous alien people on it. There are some implications, which don't really get addressed in this episode because of how it ends. But I don't know. Seems very British of them. But oh look, a toy rocket. That's where the budget went.
Oh boy! And now we get introduced to the adjudicator. Or I think we get introduced.
Well,
to the
but not just yet. There's a few other things. While they've got the IMC guys at gunpoint, the colonists open the safe, and what do they find? They find the goddamn projector that projects film of giant lizards and monster claws. Oh, would you look at that? And Dent is forced to say, I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. Except not, because there's still 3 parts to fucking go. But I digress. But they're also very stupid, and they... Oh, the proof you need, it's in a secret compartment in the safe there, in the desk. Morgan, why don't you get it? Okay, I'll get the secret compartment. Ha ha, I haven't got it, now we can kill you all. Ha ha ha. Now we're taking you hostage.
Oh my Jesus!
Yeah.
It's really this episode. This episode really is just. Oh, we gotta solve this next bit. Oh no, now we're hostages. Yeah. Well, now we free.
I like the economics of the writing here, where the Doctor spends this entire part down in the city, which hopefully means that he's not around for the Adjudicator's tribunal, because if he was, more objections would be had. Because, surprise, surprise. The Adjudicator is the Master. And there he is, boys. Roger Delgado has entered the chat.
Oh, yes. One of the best masters of all time. Not the best, one of.
Him or Missy, really.
Yeah.
Which we will be talking about Missy and her parallel with Roger Delgado later in the podcast. Foreshadowing is a literary device. But the Doctor is down there now with Joe. They've met another different alien. The other Xarians are like green. This guy's white and he's got like a big brain. I like the design of these aliens. It's neat. And they're locked in the room. They decipher some ancient alien hieroglyphics. And it's basically, they were once an advanced civilization, but then the apocalypse happened, and now they're more religious and referential, and they do sacrifice, maybe? Which, there's some things I could say about, stereotypical tribalism, but I will not say them here. So while Doctor and Joe are doing all this shit, the tribunal's happening, where the Adjudicator, the Minister, is hearing both sides, so to speak, and it's like, they faked monster attacks. You got any proof? No, they destroyed it. Okay, IMC, what do you got to say? Well, we've got a legitimate claim to this planet, and there's so much mineral wealth, and so much wealth can be had, Adjudicator. I'll have to think about this.
Oh, yes. Bribe the judge. That makes total
in any other situation that'd probably work. They'd be in cahoots together, the system and the system. But this is the Master. He doesn't give 2 shits about this shit. He's got an agenda, by God, and this is just serving it. But I love this next bit where the Doctor gets out. I don't love that. Like 2 seconds later, they just get caught again. That's a bit of Writer's Gotta Eat, but I love this. He does magic tricks with a penny to fascinate one of the Xarians, and then he's like, hey, look over there. Hi! So they run around for 2 minutes, and then they got caught again. And then they get to meet the... Okay, what the fuck does the wiki call this guy? Colony in space. What does the wiki call this guy? Wiki. Let's see what the wiki calls this little fella. Because I don't know, he's just a little guy. He's just a little dude.
Salacious crap. Wait, no, that's Star Wars. Bye.
Oh God, they call him the Guardian? Okay.
Oh no.
Yep, he's called the Guardian.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this dude. I actually really like this dude
I
because
like
this
this.
dude is.
I don't know if this
They're
is
like,
a
you can
puppet or
tell.
like the guy's face is there and the lower body is like a little
It's
puppet.
kind of a mix. It's kind of a mix of both, where you have the puppet bottom, and then you have the head on top, which is his actual head. So you have his actual head in there, and then you have this little puppet. I really like this dude because this dude is literally like, you need to leave this planet immediately.
Yeah. All who come to the city will die. And the doctor's basically like, oh, look, they brought her here, and I just came to get her. So, we don't know. We didn't know that when we came in here. So why don't I can tell that you're a just and kind individual. Why don't you just let us go, and we swear we'll never come back. That's right. I swear I will never, ever in my life come back to this city. Why is Mr. Chekhov hanging a gun on the wall? Isn't that the time for that, Mr. Chekhov? Really? I mean,
Yeah, we're on part 5. Why are you putting your gun there? Why?
So the master is talking, and he says this. I don't know if this is him bullshitting or if this is what actually happened. There was a computer fault, and the computer said that both the colonists and the mining corporation have the right to this planet. So he has to decide. And this is just when Doctor Who shows up and is like, "Ah, oh, you're here! Ah, oh, shit! What the fuck? Ah!"
I have an idea. See, here's the thing, which is kind of, if this were any normal other guy, the adjudicator would probably be like, okay, so the colony gets this half of the planet, and the mining operation gets this half of the planet, and never shall the two shall meet.
The miners. How can we take over their planet and kill them all?
Yeah. How can we take over their side?
Yeah. Quick. Plan some subterfuge so that technically it's their fault and I can write in my report that I didn't do anything bad and I get an extra bonus. But no, the adjudicator's the master, and the doctor's like, I'm going to tell all these people that you're a no good son of a bitch. And the master quite logically says, doctor. You see, I have credentials. Yeah, they're fake. Yes, but they don't know that. Where's your papers, Doctor Who? Where's your credentials? Where's your travel certificate? And this is the kind of shit that I can imagine RTD watching and going, oh, God. Man, how do we get past this sort of shit? If only there was some sort of paper that the doctor could carry, and it was psychically attuned, so that whatever proof of documents he needs to getting the trust of people who would otherwise lock him up for 3 episodes while the monsters roam around. If only we had some sort of paper like that. A psychic paper, if you will.
And yet now people are asking not to use the psychic paper because they're saying that it's a cheap way of getting. It's like we've now flipped the script. They now
okay. Anyone saying that? I mean, go back and watch like a fucking Troughton episode. Watch a Troughton serial or something and see how much time they fill out with the doctor being mistrusted and locked up because he doesn't have proof of ownership or whatever the fuck. You tell me that's preferable to actually getting to the point of the story and having cool shit happen? That you are silly pants. But anyway, well, the master's going to adjudicate. Okay, so that's not great, but maybe his plan will do something good. And he's ruled in favor of the mining corporation. Great. Just great.
This, which is kind of hilarious, because of this one decision, the master may have actually tried to save the colonists.
You think so? That seems at odds with his plan.
Well, here's the thing. He is planning on getting into the city. He already knows about the city, so he needs the miners to dig into the city. Like, that's his plan. Is he wants them to dig into the city. If he were trying to be even more cruel, he would be like, "Oh, the colonists must work for the miners." Blah 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 blah. But what he does is he says, "Just get them off. Just get away from this planet." So in a way, he tries to save them.
Well, I don't think it's intentional because this is the master we're talking about. He doesn't give 2 shits. It's just like, yeah, whatever, get him out of my bed. And them being desperate does serve his plan later. So maybe. But Yeah, Dent is very eager to kill all these people. If they don't leave in a picosecond, have them all shot. But yeah, once again, the dichotomy. Ash is like, well, maybe we can appeal with the adjudicator and see if we can make our case better. Winton, let's get our guns, boys! We'll take them by force! And of course, he says all this in front of fucking Norton!
Because this is, oh my Jesus.
So this is where the Master starts working his charms on Ash. Where Ash is like, oh, well, maybe we should appeal. Oh, well, I'll be honest, you'll probably lose the appeal unless there were some other factors involved, like if the planet had historical significance, like some ancient ruins or something, I don't know. Oh, there's a city of the former inhabitants? Ooh, tell me more, Ash. But yeah, Witten's evil scheme is fake being the adjudicator on the radio to get the IMC guys to the dome again, and then hold them hostage. But again, you said this in front of fucking Norton, so he goes to talk on his radio and kills another guy who discovers it, but his radio gets smashed, but even though the guy gets killed. And so as soon as they show up, he's like, it's a trap! All hail IMC! Bye, Norton! You slut! Unaffectionate.
Goodbye, Norton.
And now it's time for a good old-fashioned John Pertwee era gunfight. Which happens quite a lot in this era.
In which he tries to get involved, but then the Master shows up for no reason. And goes.
What a silly cliffhanger this is. This is not the strongest cliffhanger game for Doctor Who series. It has to be said, but the story's pretty good. I'll give it that.
Yeah, the story's pretty good, but the cliffhangers are all just either, oh no, the Doctor's been kidnapped, or, oh no, the Doctor's in...
Oh no, the Doctor's about to be killed! Tune in next week. No, wait! Yeah. But also, yeah, so the cliffhanger is, Doctor, Miss Grant, what a shame that you're soon going to be cut down by stray bullets. And he pulls a gun on them. And the cliffhanger resolution is 2 seconds later, Ash comes up and is like, oh, adjudicator, you've got to stop this. And the Doctor's smug as shit, and he's like, yes, adjudicator, it's your duty to stop this. The Master under his breath, you fucking son of a, you snub-nosed, big-nosed motherfucker. But it has to be said, there are better gun battles in John Pertwee Who than this. They kind of just stay under cover and shoot at each other.
I immediately think of the Autumn stories, Inferno, the Three Doctors.
Hell, I'll add Ambassadors of Death. There's I think it's either part 1 or part 2 of Ambassadors of Death. There's an absolutely killer fucking gun battle between Unit and some guys, some thieves or whatever. And it's cool as shit. Oh, there's lots of cool gun battles in Ambassadors of Death. Ambassadors of Death is so fucking good, guys. It's an underrated gem. So
see, Ambassadors of Death. See, I've always said this about season 7. Season 7 is literally just, what if we did Roger Moore, James Bond, but with
which is impressive considering Roger Moore wasn't even James Bond when that aired.
Yeah, it's literally just Roger Moore, James Bond. It's not Sean Connery, it's Roger Moore specifically.
It's got that Bondian energy, yeah. But, so, Winton's grand scheme, first we'll make IMC go back, then we'll declare independence, then we'll get other people from Earth who want to leave to join us. And the Master's like, you really think people from Earth are going to want to come to this barren rock, you dipshit? But the Master's also like, well, maybe I can be persuaded to help you if you tell me more about the primitive city. And this is where Doctor Who does this thing. That man is an imposter. No, I'm not. I have credentials. Where are your credentials, Doctor Who? Where's your travel pass? I thought as much. So, with that out of the way, the Doctor has a new plan. Let's sneak into the Master's TARDIS. But the Master's TARDIS isn't here. Joe, the TARDISes can change shape, which she wouldn't know considering she didn't know what the TARDIS did until part 1 of this. But yeah, the Master's TARDIS is functional and can change shape. And
even though even though in Terror she was told what a TARDIS was, and in fact,
Okay, I'm
poor
misremembering
Jo
then.
Grant.
Whatever.
Yeah, her first season. This is what I mean by her first season. Jo is not the Jo we would come to love.
Oh, I love Jo.
Jo in her first season is very much the stereotypical. What? Wait, okay, Doctor. Okay,
the line from Terrence Dix. You know, we don't need Liz Shaw. All the Doctor really needs is a pretty lady to hand him test tubes and ask, Doctor, what's that?
Yeah, after this season, Jo Grant really becomes her own character.
Jo rules.
And is
Jo
so
rules.
much better.
She rules. She rules. But yeah, the Doctor nicked the key back in Terror of the Autons, so he can just get in. So they're off on this. The colonists once again hold IMC hostage and order them to leave. And Dent's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And he's sitting in the ship. He's like, okay, we're not going anywhere. Oh, by the way, Dent, we planted bombs in front of your spaceship, so if you don't blast off in like 2 seconds, we're gonna blow up. You motherfucker! But he's not licked yet. His grand plan is go into orbit, look up the adjudicator, and he finds out that the Master is a fake adjudicator, and go land like 50 kilometers away from the dome, and then drive in and invade them again. So, lovely. You really solved the problem there, Winton.
Yeah, you really solved the problem there, Winton. You moron.
Well, I mean, even so, you know, rise up against the capitalists. Go fuck them. But they're persistent in their tricks. So the Master's TARDIS has a little booby trap. It's got a laser beam alarm, and so the Doctor and Jo have to limbo under it. In a rather funny scene. So they find the real credentials of the adjudicator, and he's been studying mineralogical surveys of a lot of planets according to his files. But then, you were talking about how Jo comes into her own and she's more than just a damsel in distress, silly goose. Oh, well, oops, we're not quite there yet. Because 5 seconds after we gotta wiggle under the beam, she walks out the door and triggers the beam, which alerts the Master. And so he releases the deadly gas of deadly death!
And then we enter the skit of... Then we enter the skit of Curse of Fatal Death, where they were like, "Oh no, it's gas!"
I feel like Curse of Fatal Death is making more fun of Anthony Ainley than Roger Delgado, but I digress. But the gas is not actually lethal. It's just sleeping gas. It knocks him out. And Ashley, yeah. So as the Master's talking to Ash about the city, he lets slip. Oh, no one's been down to the city. Well, except the Doctor. The Doctor. Oh, I guess I do need him after all. Fuck. And IMC has a plan. We're going to avenge our honor and kill the colonists. Make so much money. Money, money, money. So the Master shows back up in his TARDIS, wakes the Doctor and Jo up, and is basically like, you're going to take me to the city, Doctor. And I'm going to use Jo as my hostage. I love the banter between these two. Like, this is it is the iconic Doctor-Master relationship. Peter Capaldi and Michelle Gomez, it comes close, but this is iconic. He's just like, oh, that's a little cliche, isn't it? Well, the tried and true methods are always the best. I love it. And so the Doctor's going to take him to the city, but before he leaves, he drops the key in front of the door because he's got Jo locked in a booth that'll fill with gas if he presses a button on his little remote. And so, you better cooperate, Doctor, or I'll press the button. And meanwhile, IMC successfully, stealthily take back the colonists, and they're like, ha! Now we're going to hold you on trial for treason! We're going to kill you all and make so much money! Terrible. And so he holds this sham trial and is basically like, I find you guilty! You can either be executed...
You either face death or get the... off of my
which is a problem. Yeah, either be executed or leave the planet from your rocket, which is a problem because their rocket was out of date when they got it, and if they blast off into the gate, it won't last and it'll kill them. So either way, he's condemning them to death, but he doesn't care. Money, 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 money.
Also, I love how to talk about the master's tubes of death. He got freaking things. He got freaking design elements from Lex Luthor and Doctor Doom to make something like that.
Yeah. What good supervillain is without him? Oh yeah. So, speaking of the Master and the Doctor, oh look, Mike, they're paying homage to your favorite cereal, the Dominators.
Uh, well, again, like the Dominators isn't my favorite cereal, but I just
You step up for the fucking Quarks
this
enough.
is yeah, I stand up for the Quarks because it's the Quarks.
I don't stand up for the fact that it's a piece of propaganda about how peaceniks are stupid and the only way to get through things is to fight. Which is so awful that the Horseshoe Theory is the episode where somehow both me and a certain piece of shit writer agree that it's bullshit for very different reasons. So fuck you, Dominators. God help us if we ever have to talk about that. But, yeah. A giant rock knocks away their carriage. The Master shoots a guy, and they walk. So now they're forced to blast off the colonists, and it's like they're pleading with them. Look, really, we're going to. The rocket won't last. It will blow up. We will all die. And Dent's like, okay, make sure all IMC personnel are away from the rocket when it blasts off. We can't have us worthy people be killed by the rocket's explosion. So Morgan the Cobbler are sent to find the fake adjudicator and arrest him. They go to the spaceship, can't get in. They find the key, though, and they get in, and they try to rescue Joe. And that leads to our part 5 cliffhanger, which is just as contrived. Oh, Doctor, you had people try to rescue Joe Grant. I warned you. I'm going to push the button. My hand's moving towards it very slowly, just in time enough for the cliffhanger music to kick it. Oh, there it goes.
Very slowly.
Oh no, what is going to happen? Is the Master going to press the button, or will Doctor Who somehow stop him? In a shocking turn of events, gang, at the beginning of part 6, Doctor Who stops him. So now, Doctor Who and the Master are in the Exarian City. Lovely. So they get to explore and find things. Meanwhile, Joe's back. Dent's going to put her on the fucking rocket, but Caldwell's sympathetic, as he always has been. And it's like, oh, maybe we shouldn't... do as I say, you idiot! But he hides her under a space buggy and drives off, so she doesn't have to be on the rocket. So the Master, meanwhile, he knows all the history of the city thanks to stealing the Time Lord's files. Great security you guys had, huh?
Because apparently, I'm just in awe at this final part, because this final part is like, it's like this final part they think like, oh no, we forgot to do something quick. We gotta quit.
Writers gotta eat.
Yeah, I know. Like, this is literally when this episode is literally the, oh no, we rewrit too much. Now we gotta jumble this together.
In other words, every season 22 episode. Oh, we've got a nice, luxurious part 1. We can take our time and not even show the Doctor at all and have 22 minutes focusing on the people of this world. What? There's only one part left? Oh shit! Rush everything in 45 minutes! Oh shit! Speaking of the Colin Baker era, Mike, do you have an observation?
I don't know what to. Oh God,
you put it in the notes, Michael. It's right here. You may as well read it.
I'm trying to look at the notes. Oh!
Ding, 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 ding. I'm helping him by editing the Google Docie on the fly.
Yeah. So the city, so the Master knows about the city thanks to stealing from the Time Lord records. And they go get the Doctor to try and help them. And remember, folks, a decade or so later after this episode, the Time Lords would remove Earth from its location over something similar to this plot of this episode.
Doctor Who continuity, kids. Woo! So the Master is here for what
Yeah,
was.
it's my bad. My bad. As you can I just woke up a couple hours ago.
Oh yeah,
I need to
okay.
rest myself.
He's shaking off the sleepies, but I'm here with full vigor and a slow cooker pot of chili in the stove on there. That's been simmering for 8 hours, so I cannot wait to get to. So let's bang this shit out. The Master's here for the Doomsday Weapon. Ominous.
He's here for the Doomsday Machine! Even though the Doomsday Machine is not this gigantic tube that burns through planets as it eats itself. But anyway, that's...
Close enough. We're talking Star Trek again. But yeah, so the Master makes a daring escape using gas grenades, and when the Doctor's like, I don't have a gas mask, hold your breath! Dipshit.
Hold your breath!
So the rockets are about to take off. Ash Jackson's like, no, fuck you. And I love this little detail that when Dent is left alone in the colony, he walks up to the crop reports on the wall, and he just he rips them down and crumples it up. He's like, fucking calling this money. This is stonks. But he's got this entire scheme where he's got a guard on the hill on the lookout, and it's like, if they don't blast off, then we'll make them do it. You tell me when they blast off. Winton snuck out, and once again, we need that Star Trek cue. They have a mud fight, and I forgot to check the credits. I think this is Terry Walsh, who did a lot of fights in the Pertwee years. This looks like a Terry Walsh to me. Rain confirmed or denied that for me. So the rocket launches. Oh no, it blows the fuck up, just like they said it would. Good job, Dent. You killed everyone for money. Oh, you know, we wouldn't want to have these people living happily, because then the money would be fucking sad. It's actually grim, but, you know, the episode is nicer than that, but I call forward to, some years later, Delta and the Bannerman, where a nice bus of tourists gets blown the fuck up and they're all dead. So Doctor Who got teeth.
Yeah, they don't, yeah, well, the Pertwee years are different from John Nathan Turner basically being like, the death count, we need death counts.
Well, that's not John Nathan Turner, that's Eric Sayward.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. So the Doctor and the Master have found the Doomsday Weapon control room, and the Master's talking about how awesome it is. Why, you see Earth's sun, Doctor? You know, one day it'll go supernova and destroy the planet. Yeah, in like billions of years. Well, with this weapon, I can do it right now. You know the Crab Nebula? That was just the test shot. It's all powerful. And this is when there's an interesting parallel. The Master is just like, Doctor, you know, you could join me. We could rule half the universe each. And you could even rule benevolently. You could end all wars, all suffering, if you just join me and take hands with me. And I'm like, this is death in heaven.
This is death in heaven.
Moffat, you hack! Yeah. This is death in fucking heaven again. Well, it's death in heaven before, actually. This is where you got it from.
And then Dent's in his office, like, it was the colonists. It was the colonists' fault.
I told them that the rockets were... Yes, it's all about report. I told them that the rockets were bad, but they refused. They blew themselves up. The stupid idiots. I should get an extra share for dealing with it. Money. And the Master has this line that's, you know, very endemic of his world. To rule or to serve is the basic law of life. And the Doctor's like, I want to see the universe, not rule it. So they bicker and argue, and then the Guardian shows up and explains what's been going on. Oh, the Doomsday Weapon is radioactive, and it poisoned the soil of the planet. That's why they can't grow any crops, and also mutated all of them, so that's why he's a little puppet man.
I love how calm he is about talking about the death of his race. Mm-hmm. Like, he's literally just sitting there going like, "Where, you know, like, tell us about this weapon, sir." And he's like, when one day we, you know, as the weapon was finished, our race began to decay. Our planet could no longer sustain us, and we mutated to the point of near destruction. Mm-hmm. And so now all this weapon has brought is death. It has not brought life; it has brought death. And that man was to spread that death throughout the universe. If you do not destroy this weapon, sir, he will use it for evil.
It's almost like they're equating this lust for power with the lust for greed of IMC and saying that such pursuits will only lead in destruction and ruin. Card-carrying communist! Yeah. So the master tries to shoot this guy, and he just makes his laser vanish, just boop, and then says, "Oh."
And so the Guardian.
Why don't you activate the self-destruct? It's time to destroy this weapon.
Basically, give up his life.
Yeah.
Destroy the weapon. He basically decides to give up his life, and he says, "If you would please destroy the weapon."
Yeah.
And he points to the lever, the self-destruct lever, which is the only lever on the entire machine.
Yeah. Well. So we get a little Metroid going. Bam, 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 bam. No, it's not a mirror alert. It's actually just Metroid. They run, and the thing explodes. And
there are no mirrors in this episode, are there?
No, but I'll forgive Malcolm Hulk because card-carrying communist. You get a pass, good sir. Sometimes you don't.
He flips the lever, and so he flicks the lever, and then the camera starts to shake. And then they're like, "You got to get out of here! Get out! You must get out of the city, or you will be buried with us." Yeah. And the master doesn't even wait 5 seconds. He doesn't even hear the Guardian finish it. He's out the door. He's just
This is a little neat because the whole thing of the colonists versus the indigenous people is kind of just resolved by having the indigenous people go, "Oh, let's hit the self-destruct lever. Well, now you don't have to worry about it. Now you can live on the planet." So a little neat and clean, but we won't bitch too much.
Well, here's my belief. They already said that they were a dead race to begin with. To them, they were already dead. All this was basically we are using what remains of our life to destroy the weapon.
Yeah. Well, IMC's waiting for them all. The master's like, finally, thank God you're here. Arrest those two. You're a faker. Uh-oh. But it turns out the colonists lived, and it's time for an epic gunfight. Which is a little better than the one in the dome. So, okay. And also the master gets away.
And then the master literally looks at the two in front of him, and he's like, "Wait, I'm not tied up." And then exit stage left and just runs.
And the master gets away again to be seen next serial. But, yeah. So... The colonists win. The IMC people are forced to surrender.
By a remote-controlled Bessie.
Yes, beautiful. And so IMC is beaten with the doomsday weapon destroyed. The crops will grow, but who was on the rocket? How did the colonists live? It turns out that Ash sacrificed himself and launched the rocket to save his people. Rip in peace.
I do not buy this. For
really?
1 minute. Winton and Ash have been fighting this entire serial, and then all of a sudden Ash decides, "I'm going to sacrifice myself."
I don't know. Writers gotta eat.
Yeah, but anyway, Doctor Who gets his TARDIS back,
Yay.
And Caldwell decides, "I'm going to help the colonists, and everything's going to go wonderfully fine." And hey, the TARDIS is taking. Oh, god dang!
They did the thing again. They forgot that it dematerializes, and I like this. Because there's a bit in episode 1 where the TARDIS disappears and the Brigadier shows up and he's like, "Doctor, come back here this instant!" And we cut back to that, and 2 seconds after he says that, the TARDIS shows back up and he's like, there you go. I told you this silly blue box wouldn't work. Yeah, whatever you say, Brigadier. And that was Colony in Space. Michael, what did you think?
Honestly, Colony in Space isn't a terrible episode. There's a lot of stuff going on in it. Yes, it's a little bit draggy and bitch. Yes, but it really does, for a 6-parter, it really keeps its pace the entire time, which is rare for a 6-parter. But with Pertwee, you gotta expect the 6-parters because most of his episodes are 6-parters.
Oh, God.
But, this is honestly a good 7 out of 10 episode. It really keeps its pace. It tries to... And the only thing that goes slow about it is when you do get when the Master shows up. Because then you have to have a part of just the Master being like, "I am evil. I am here for evil's sake."
Yeah. Anything else?
No, not that I can think of. What did you think, Fresno?
I was delighted by Colony in Space. It can drag in parts, but it's better paced than other six-parters. And honestly, show me a six-parter in Classic Who that isn't, that is, what the fuck am I trying to say? My brain. Show me a Classic Who six-parter that does not have dragging writers gotta eat bits. That's what I'm trying to say. But Malcolm Hulk does very well. Card-carrying communist has things to say about free will and living your own truth versus being stuck in the capitalist system.
Well, Fresno, at the top of the show, we did talk about a 12-parter that keeps its pace. So
yes, we did. But yeah, it's very anti-capitalist. IMC fucking sucks, and we're repeatedly shown that they will kill and lie and steal and all this other shit to get their precious profits because they can't see any other way. They're too blinkered to understand anything but the end goal of capitalism. And it's real neat. When the Master shows up, it's a nice little turn, even if I'd say parts of that are a little slow. You had to have the Doctor investigate the TARDIS, you had the Master catch them, you had to have them get to the city. So there's a little bit of padding there, but otherwise, I've greatly enjoyed Colony in Space. Our esteemed podcast host, person editing this and hosting on his channel, Rain, could not be here today, but he asked us to save a spot for his thoughts. Here is the spot for his thoughts.
Hey guys, Rain here. Sorry I couldn't make the show because unfortunately something came up at the last minute, but I'd like to thank Fresno and Michael for doing a fantastic job in my absence, and I wanted to provide a few of my own thoughts on Colony in Space. This is a story of both pros and cons. I think we'll go with the cons first, just to get them out of the way. Firstly, Jo Grant. Now don't get me wrong, Jo Grant is a fantastic companion after this series. I feel in her first series, the writer was still sort of getting used to who she really was as a character, and so she's used very often to damsel in distress, but here it goes one step further, and one step worse. She's used as a literal commodity. When the Doctor suggests to trade her, or offers to trade her for food for the Auxerians. So that's not very good. If you want an example of a story that gets Jo Grant spot on, The Curse of Peladon. She is terrific in that story when she's pretending to be the Empress Josephine. Speaking of characters, too many of them are one-dimensional. This is not a criticism that can be levied solely at Colony in Space. There's quite a few classic Doctor Who serials, and indeed modern Doctor Who serials, where some of the characters are just not that interesting and feel far too one-dimensional. Now, Dent is not one-dimensional, although he's a bit of a mustache-twirling villain, but at least he has some kind of some depth to him. But it's kind of weird to me that he receives no comeuppance that I could tell anyway. The last thing we see of him is when he's in his office saying, "Oh, the colonists refused our help with the ship, and the ship blew up. It's all in my report." And then we just don't see him. He doesn't participate in the final gun battle, although that would kind of go against Dent's character being the behind-the-scenes bad guy rather than getting involved directly in the murder. And then he just doesn't get mentioned again. I suppose you can imply that he's either been killed off screen or he's being held for trial with the rest of the surviving miners. But I think it's needed to see him, or at least, talk about him, what happened to him when all the surviving miners were taken prisoner. And some plot elements feel needs to be repeated. There's a lot of gun battles in this. Again, this is not solely a sin committed by Colony in Space, but the gun battles just aren't that interesting. Ambassadors of Death had a couple of really good gun battles, and Inferno, and there are others I'm sure that I'm forgetting. I've not seen all the Pertwee era, I will admit that right now. And the final con, I think, are the cliffhangers. I'm sure Fresno and Michael have already touched on this, but yeah, they're bad. They're kind of just nothing. The one where the Master says, "Well, you're about to become victims of stray bullets from the gunfight, Doctor," could have been fine, and then just resolve it like 30 seconds into the part 5 starting. But it's not all bad. And the first pro I want to talk about is Roger Delgado as the Master. I will wax lyrical for a long time if I had the chance about just how good Delgado was as the Master. He's on par with Missy I think people go back and forth, which is the better master? I don't want to get into that debate, but Delgado's master is terrific here. It's a shame he doesn't show up until the back half, but his sort of shady role as I'm the adjudicator and I have the credentials, and where are your credentials, Doctor? Oh, that's great. And the fact he just gets away at the end, because of course he escapes. That's what the master does in Doctor Who. And his limited scenes between him and Pertwee are always a delight, and it's no different here. I think it's the fact that we did the Power Crawl before this that might be making me look on this a bit more favourably. But compared to that story, things actually happen in it. In fact, perhaps too many things happen in it. It's a 6-part story. It never really felt that there was that huge amount of filler despite the repeated elements. It's always going to be difficult to watch early Pertwee when there's a lot of parts. I mean, Modern Brain's just not meant for that level of attention span. But I can't really level that criticism at 70s Doctor Who. I think it's unfair to level that 70s Doctor Who, because that was the way things were done at the time. I think the design for the aliens, for the Uxarians, I'm not using the name that's given to them in the show. The hell with that. But I think the different designs are great. And the fact that the Guardian actually sacrifices himself and all his people, I'm not sure if they had a say in it, but anyone left in that temple is basically dead when it all explodes at the end. But I thought that was a nice twist. And the final pro is Caldwell. He has a good character arc. I like the fact that they included a quote-unquote good member of IMC. And, he comes to his senses and he's only really going along with it because he's in debt and he thinks that it's for the betterment of mankind, but he soon realises that, Dent is evil and the miners are just greedy assholes, and he starts to have his own way of resisting. He saves Joe, so that's great. And I like the fact that he survives the story. And, he'll get to live with the colonists. And, it's not bad. It's not great, Doctor Who, but it's not bad. And it certainly feels like a breath of fresh air after the Power of Kroll. So now I'm going to throw back to Fresno and Michael, and they're going to talk about my choice for the next show we're doing.
Thank you, Rain, for those insightful thoughts. But we're not done with your thoughts from the future, because we got to deal with thoughts from the past. Namely, your selection for the next episode, which you have kindly DM'd me, and you've put it in spoiler, so I don't know what the hell we're doing on Doctor Who Reviews, but I'm going to reveal it. I'm going to go over to Discord and read my DMs. And he said, and I quote, "Assuming the show goes ahead tonight, here's the next pick. This was chosen partially at random. A dice roll selected the Fourth Doctor. Then I looked at the stories of his we hadn't done yet, and one stood out like a sore thumb. Don't click this until you get the next part of the podcast." And then there's the spoiler.
Is it the Brain of Morbius?
That is exactly my prediction. The fact that he says it sticks out like a sore thumb. I am predicting.
Yeah, it's probably the Brain of Morbius.
I am predicting it's the Brain of Morbius. So I'm gonna click it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, what? Okay, it's not the Brain of Morbius.
Which one is it?
Next time on Doctor Who Reviews, Tom Baker in Revenge of the Cybermen. Not the first choice I'd go for, but okay.
Harry Sullivan as an imbecile.
Not the first choice I'd go for, but okay. It's your pick, my guy.
Is that the last episode of that? The first.
That's
season?
The last episode of Tom Baker's first season, right after Genesis of the Daleks. So
no,
tough act to follow.
Yeah, no. The reason I ask is that the last one that you've done. No, you had no. No, wait. No, yeah, you've done Ark in Space.
We haven't. I don't think we've done Sontaran Experiment.
No, you haven't done Sontaran Experiment. That's gonna be a.
Well, that's gonna be a brief one.
Yeah. So yeah, one sticks out like a sore thumb, and he picks Revenge of the Cybermen.
Weird flex, but okay. Okay. Revenge of the Cybermen.
Well, I think what he means by it is that it's the only 70 Cybermen episode.
That's true. Yeah, they were in the invasion in 68, 69, and then they didn't show up until 75, and then they don't show up again until Earthshock. Revenge of the Cybermen is not what they call a classic, but maybe I'll find some merit in it for discussing it. So we're going to do that next time.
I
Now,
will say though, I like the ending. I really love the ending when the doctor's like at the end trying to pilot the entire space station,
I see.
and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's gonna crash!"
Now, there's a thing that I usually say at the end of these shows, but since I'm here, I can't say it. Well,
Hey,
I could probably say it to you because you kicked us off. So I'll do it. Fuck it. Mike, where can you find us lovely people?
You can find all of us lovely people on Blue Sky at Rainiac to Maniac, at the Kuchiri, at Freezing Inferno, at Concave Usurper, at MichaelWhovian, and at Sean Dillon, whatever Sean Dillon's one is. You can find Fresno on I think that's all of them that he does.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's listen. School's out for the summer. We can do whatever the fuck we want here.
Yeah, but yeah, you can find us lovely. You can find some of us lovely people on Twitch, like Freezing Inferno, like Rainiac to Maniac, who needs to get back into streaming. That this is his call out for he needs to go back to streaming some more. And
the Kuchiri, who I don't know if he does Twitch or if he's more on YouTube streaming now, but he really does like doing his Route Matrix runs, the Mega Man the Mega Man X123 randomizer, and Concave Usurper likes to stream sometimes. Yeah, she's been a busy gal, Twitch. But hopefully she comes back and does some streams. I'd really like to see that. Go be Junimo card again, honey. Woo! Also for me, play Tower of Truth at kagamisoft.itch.io. Hey, Mike, you know what Kagami means, don't you?
Oh my god.
Unlike some people we can name. And don't forget another thing, Michael. Some books. Tell us about some books.
Some lovely books by Back to the 11th Hour, volumes 1, 2, and 3 by our wonderful friend Lena Ferreira-McTeer. The physical copy will be coming soon at some point. I don't want to rush her because she's really been having a hard time trying to get that book as perfect as it can be. There is Tower to the Trees by Sean Dillon. And there is the Shadow of the Gallifreyan Book 1 with possibles in the future for Book 2 onward, with a lot of our friends have been writing in it, including Lena and Sean and our lovely, wonderful Freezing Inferno, who is in the book as well.
Yay! I'm in the book twice. They gave me Caves of Androzani. Have you read Shadow of the Gallifreyan, Michael?
I need to get. No, I've been linked a few of the stories in it, so I have read a few of the stories, but I need to get that book somehow.
Sean and Lena's are like totally on brand for them. Mine are more, just it's kind of on brand for me. It's kind of on brand for me.
So Fresno, how many days do you stream, and what are you streaming now?
Well, I stream Mondays and Thursdays on twitch.tv/FreezingInferno, and we just finished This Way Madness Lies on Mondays, and did a little of the Cookie Cutter RPG Maker 2003 Jam, some lovely games made by some lovely friends and other people, and we'll be starting a new game on Monday. On Thursdays, playing Donkey Kong Country 3, 105% hard mode. The world's beginning to kick my ass.
You're almost done with Donkey Kong.
Oh, I'm not done by a long shot. That's going to take another stream or two because these levels are going to get viciously hot. But that's the books. I think we all plugged. And Michael, have you got anything you want to say and plug?
I have a blog at MichaelWhovianTalks.blogspot.com. I have a letterbox also at MichaelWhovian. I've been trying to continue writing a lot of things. Also, that is the dog barking, so I'm going to shut the door.
Popo!
I've been trying to get multiple. I've been trying to get multiple books through. I've been trying to get multiple writings through each month. I've sadly am stalled a bit, but that's because of procrastination, and also the fact that since writing for 2 months straight, it really does kind of. You do kind of hit a wall eventually, and
I fucking know it. Between my October Halloween blog and non-specific November writing month, don't I fucking know it?
yeah, I've hit that wall now of just like my body is like,
Yeah.
you need to wait and rebuild up ideas.
Yeah, you'll
But
crack it.
otherwise, I can't even figure out what games to play at the moment. I
Oh,
keep
that's a
starting
mood.
games.
That's a
and
mood.
Yeah, so I'm in this funk that I'm trying to find a way to beat, and I don't know how to beat it.
If you
But
need a good
that's-
10-minute game,
but
why don't you try Tower of Truth by Kagami Soft HIO?
yeah, it is. But
Anyway, Michael,
but
say
anyway,
goodnight.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Fresno. Good night to everyone out there. Good night. We wish you a wonderful night, morning, whenever you're watching this, and we hope all of you have a wonderful time, whatever you seem to be doing after this podcast. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
See you
And I
next
know
time
Rainier-
for Revenge of the Cybermen. Until then, bye for now.